Okay guys, so I'll update you on what's going on with this. So this 650, I was gonna just do the whole engine swap in one day, you know, the same day I bought it, but I ended up spending quite a bit of time cleaning it, so I decided I'm just gonna take my time and not rush this. You know, I probably won't do a super elaborate job this time. I'm probably just gonna get it together, you know, with a fairly standard setup and just try it out. You know, this will be like riding a really souped up 650 from back in the, you know, the 80s and 90s. So it won't be, I won't do like tubbies or anything probably, but yeah. So I'll show you. Look at all these shells that were underneath the battery tray from snails. Like, how do they get in there? It's like it was born and it lived its entire life and died underneath that battery box. So I thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, so this is what I have. So this thing didn't come with a hood, but I happen to have this sweet American flag hood just laying around as extra. And so when I get the 800 in, I'm going to be using this West Coast pipe. But there's a couple of interesting things that I could eventually do. Like I said, I'm not going to probably do them initially, but I might try it later on. This is a ZXI bed plate. It's pretty much the same except for it's longer. And I was thinking about trying to put this in kind of like, you know, so re-drilling these two mounts, and then I can bolt the motor up to here, and basically it moves it forward about that much, so probably about 4.5 inches or so. And you know, I think if I move the engine forward on one of these, then it would probably help the weight bias to be further forward, and probably make it a much better ski actually. But you know, I have to lengthen the drive shaft to make it to the engine, and some other ideas I got are I have this 750 SXI fuel tank, which I can shove up further forward in the nose, and then I have this special wraparound pipe that I was thinking about using. So if I can shove the 750 tank up there, I'll have more room up front for shoving the engine forward and doing this exhaust routing. So, and then I'd have to run an inline resonator and do a rear exhaust out the back. So if you guys are interested in seeing me do that, you should tell me. You know, it's not on the top of my priorities, but I could definitely do it. I don't know. It's just I have so many things going on. I'm trying to make a lot of videos, so I'm probably not going to focus a whole lot on these. But one of the funny things that I think I've done I guess this is my 5th 650 SX that I've had, and on two of them that I've had, my first mod is to just cut this fire extinguisher compartment out and glass it out. It does make it a little bit cleaner and nicer out on the outside, and just gives you more room on the inside. It looks much better without it. I mean, I ripped these trim bumpers off, and you know, there's a few different ones you could put on, or I'll probably just leave it without any gunwale guards. But yeah, you guys should let me know what you think of the whole moving the engine forward idea. You know, see how much you guys care about it. It'll be a little bit of work. I'll have to probably cut out the whole remnant of that battery tray and sticking a rear exhaust on there. It's not super hard, but I mean, it's not like a one weekend type of thing, but I mean, it's not, yeah, some stuff's way harder than others. It's still a million times easier than a triple swap, but yeah. And another thing that sometimes works that I've done on other skis. It didn't quite work as much as I wanted to on this one, but my first mod was to kind of... this has a broken locking bolt on it, so I have to shove this in there. The little casting broke off there, but so the pole's not super heavy, but what I try to do is I gave that spring an extra tweak in the vise to give it more leverage against the pole. Like, I just bent it back, and then what I do is when I reinstall the pivot bolt, I made it like a shim out of a pop can to try to tighten it up. We got barking dogs trying to ruin the video. Shh, shh, no bark. And so, you know, you add some shims and really tighten up that pivot bolt, and on a lot of skis it'll keep this to where it will just levitate, you know, wherever you have it. It worked at first when I did it on this. Sometimes when I take it out, it'll just get a little bit corroded with the salt water and it'll kind of stick, but didn't work quite so good on this one. But with a lot of other skis it works pretty good. But that's about it for now. I just got to finish cleaning it up and just bolt the SXR engine into it. I mean, it's a really easy thing. If anybody doesn't know, to put a 750 or a 650 in one of these, I mean, it bolts in. You can bolt the 650 pipes up to it, and then it's really bolt in. And then for the electrical, I mean, you can like zip tie your e-box on there, you know, on the fire extinguisher holder or whatever, you know, just get that in there and, you know, wire up a start-stop switch. I mean, you can use the stock 650 electronics if there's a few ways you can do it. I think it's a bit more tricky and difficult on the big pin 750 and 800s, but I believe on the small pin 750s there's a lot more provisions to do it, and it's fairly straightforward. But yeah, so hopefully I'll get this done sort of soon. I always wanted to try one of these with just a basic big 2-cylinder. CRAD 1100 is a little bit insane, and it's just like, I don't know, we'll probably have them both out there at the same time. So yeah, just tell me what you think about this, and tell me if you're interested in seeing it, if you guys care if I do any weird mods to it. Yeah, so hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to subscribe and click the thumbs up button if you did enjoy that. So we'll see you next time.